everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's so nice to have you guys here. I haven't posted in about 3 weeks and I can finally explain why that is. I've completely revamped my whole website and it'd be really cool if you guys could take a look and let me know what you think. I have actually also written a blog post called 5 Things Every Artist Should Own. So again, I'll link that in the description and you can go check that blog post out. So today we're talking about getting out of a creative rut. So I think especially for me, when I feel like I'm in this creative rut, the biggest thing that sets in is panic, because you feel like suddenly you're never going to be able to paint again. What's wrong with me? Everybody else is creating. What's wrong with my brain and my creativity? And it can be really hard not to just fall into that cycle, especially when you are a creative professional. So when your paycheck every month relies on your creativity, that can be another real pressure to add to it, which again probably makes the creative rut even worse. I always think that there's a magic formula to getting out of a creative rut, and I think that is having mental energy, physical energy and inspiration. And I feel like if you have all these things, then they are going to really help you to get out of that creative rut. So mental energy, I feel like for me personally, being in a positive place where you can want to create, for me that's what mental energy is. If you're going through something difficult in your life, it can be really hard to muster up that mental energy, and sometimes it just isn't there. So just like if you were running a race, you wouldn't exhaust yourself before you're going to go running in a race. You would take time to repair, for your muscles to repair, eat some protein, get some sleep, so that you are ready for that race. And that's the same with mental energy. We can't feel mentally exhausted and expect to create something that we have envisioned or that encompasses what we want it to. It's all about taking that time for you, having a bit of me time and doing something that will uplift your mental well-being. So choose activities that are going to make you feel good afterwards. First of all, that's mental energy. Physical energy is fairly self-explanatory. Painting is actually very energetic and it really can exhaust you. So if you don't have that physical energy to begin with, it can be difficult to fulfill the idea that you want to make. And I feel like these days, it's almost normal to just be exhausted all the time. We will always hit our limit, and it's much better to just take a little breather and make sure you get some rest. Obviously inspiration, that is something again that I think a lot of people struggle with, me personally included, and it can be difficult to get all of them 3 things all together at the same time. And with inspiration, again that's different for everybody, and I feel like that's a category completely on its own, but for me, it's being out in nature, or sometimes I will look through Instagram and Pinterest and I'll just have this idea from loads of different photographs that I want to put together. And galleries are fantastic for inspiration. Those 3 things I find are the magic formula to getting out of a creative rut. So if you do feel like you are stuck in one now, just take some time to see which one you are maybe lowest in and just give it a bit of a recharge. A sketchbook is a great way to just bring your creative practice back to basics. So instead of like getting all the paints out and making it really complicated, and sometimes that can just feel like a massive thing in your mind, just grab a sketchbook and a pencil or some colours and just take it right back to something so simple. And it's a much nicer way to ease yourself back into a creative process. I've seen around on social media the painting a day challenge, or like 30 paintings in a month challenge. It's taking you out of your comfort zone, and even if it's just 10 minutes, just taking that time to do something a little bit different. Sometimes it can help as well to do something completely different to what you're used to. So say if you usually paint animals, maybe try painting an object or a flower. Sometimes when you come away from what you're passionate about and then when you revisit it, it's almost like you see it in a different light. I think sometimes that can help reimagine your work and your process. But I feel like the biggest thing that we should remember is the more that we force creativity in a panicked way, the more it's going to just shrink back and shrink away. Because when you force something like that, it often goes the other way. So the more we relax into it, the more that the creativity will come. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. As always, I'd love to hear your comments, so I'd love to know your experiences with getting in a creative rut. Maybe you're in a creative rut now and feeling a little bit trapped, or maybe you've got some more tips on how to get out of it. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!